Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 13th. It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm Brian Burgett, and this is your morning meeting, so let's get it started. Hey, we talked on Monday about truth in sales, okay? Being transparent, telling the truth to your customer by all means necessary, okay? Knowing your product, all those things are so important. I think those were all very good topics that we need to cover, but we also need to start talking about truth in self, okay? Truth in what are you bringing on a daily basis? Truth in what is your true talent level? And the reason you have to analyze these things is so that you can grow. Some of the most difficult conversations you should be having are the ones that you're having in the mirror with yourself about your career, about your successes, about your failures. You have to have these conversations. You have to dive deep into who you are to find out what it is that makes you tick. Because a lot of times we think it's A, B, or C, when in actuality it's not. Okay? And what I mean by that is going back when I was talking about, is there enough you in your why? You know? And if the truth is, if your why is based on everybody else's happiness, when you achieve it, like I said before, you're going to feel unfulfilled. So in my particular situation, years and years and years, I strived for having a situation where I had a destination location home where everybody would come and see me. I wanted to have some snow. I wanted to have some land. I wanted to have all that. And guess what? I did it. And that's great. But how much of that was in me? Because now I'm missing a lot of the things that I enjoyed in the past. Now, I'm going to reinvent myself, and I'm going to learn to do some things here in the mountains and stuff like that I haven't been able to do before, or since I was a child. But that's not here nor there. The point is that when I was thinking in my mind what it was that I wanted, what I envisioned was a bunch of happy people around me. I never envisioned my happiness. And I don't know, maybe that's a thing within me, but what I want to tell you is that that's not going to work for you long term, because otherwise you're going to be doing what I'm doing and trying to reinvent yourself, okay? So be truthful to yourself. Be honest to yourself, all right? Not only about what you want, but how you're going to get there. And not how you're going to get there, but where does that drive come from? And do you truthfully have it? Do you truthfully have it? Because honesty in oneself is probably the most difficult task any of us are going to have, because we constantly lie to ourselves because we want to get ourselves off the hook. If you have brutal honesty with oneself, you can never, ever get away from that critique. And that's a difficult thing to live with, I'm sure. So anyway, wanted to touch base with that as far as the truth in oneself, okay? I think that gauging where your talent level is very important, where you're at in your career, so that you can grow off of that and move to a different direction based on what your shortcomings are. A lot of times what we do is, I'm going to use a baseball analogy, We're always working on hitters 1 through 5. You look at these general managers, hitters 1 through 5, hitters 1 through 5, hitters 1 through 5. They want this big bat. They want the left-handed bat. They want the guy who can fit in after their big bat or their big left-handed bat, whatever the case may be. Well, let me tell you here why they haven't figured this out or why that's not working. 6, 7, 8, and 9, those are the batters that make a difference. Look at any World Series team. Look at any championship team. It's the bottom of the lineup that produces, okay? So if from a management position, okay, if you're managing a group of people, okay, for whatever reason, it's human nature, let's talk about the car business, to try and get your 20 car guy to 23, to try and get your 15 car guy to 20. Well, that's my 8 extra units, that's my 10 extra units that I'm running short. But that's not the way you should be looking at it, because what you're doing is whipping your horse. What you should be doing is you should be training and teaching the people on the bottom of the order so that they can come up and be up there with your horses. Because at some point your horses are going to move up the chain anyway. So you've got to replace that. Now, what if you took that philosophy and put it on yourself? That same philosophy. What if you said, you know what? I know I want to hit leadoff, but I'm not a leadoff hitter yet. What if you said, I want to be the cleanup guy, but I got warning track power. I can't hit home runs like that. If you start having those types of conversations, being honest with your level of skill, okay, then you're going to be able to get better, because you're going to be able to dissect and finger point where your problems, your insecurities, or your shortcomings are, address them, and become better. So I know it's hard, guys. I know it's real hard. It's so hard that I don't even know if this video is good, but this is my second day of attempting this video, because truth, when you're talking about yourself, is a very, very difficult thing, okay? So let's start telling ourselves the truth. Let's start having those long conversations about our wins and our losses, dissecting it, analyzing it, and know why we won or lost. Because no matter what happens, you should know why you had that end result, because you're honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, it's because your customer was a jack-off, or because they couldn't buy, or they were wasting your time, or they didn't see the value, or whatever it is. Bullshit, guys. Once again, like I said in the first video, it's on you, okay? It's on you. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your skill level. Be honest with your skill sets. And be honest with the level of passion that you're bringing to the table on a daily basis. Because if you're not bringing that passion, it ain't happening for you. You guys have a great day.